Going on, guys? I know it's been a minute since I posted a video. I've just been really busy lately, but in the meantime, between this video and the last video, I did go to one car show. I didn't get any footage of it though. It was a little bit smaller car show, but I did drive the car how she is now with -17 camber in the front, -10 in the rear, and she did pretty good. A little bit better than I expected. I drove about two and a half hours there, then 2.5 hours back. So she didn't do too bad. It did rain a little bit on the way back, and that's what gave me some trouble. Is when you're running -17 camber and it's wet, the roads, you only have like this much tire on the ground, so that makes it really hard to drive in the rain. So I had to be a little bit careful there. But overall, on dry conditions, she drove okay. Today what we're working on is I'm actually gonna try and throw on the splitter, or not splitter, the diffuser here that I have. I've been meaning to do that for a while now. I tested it a while back, but today's the day that I'm actually trying to mount it. But before I do that, I am having one issue with the car. I had the Vera air management for the bags, and the tank sensor went bad in it, so my actual display, the display on the controller, doesn't read right. It doesn't read the air pressure right, so it makes it really hard to tell the air compressor when to turn on and turn off because it reads the pressure wrong. So I'm waiting for my buddy Jason to come here. He has an extra air sensor that he's gonna let me have, so I'm gonna have to throw that on, and then I can be able to move my car, because I need to air up the rear here to get the rear lip off again. So in order for me to do that, I need that sensor, and I have to wait on him. But in the meantime, I'll just give you all an update on the car. Like I said, she's driving okay. -17 camber. It takes a wear on your car too. Right now, on the trip, like I said, it did fine, but I let it sit for a week or two, and I went to go drive it again, and then my axle, I believe, started to pop. I don't think the axle likes the -17 camber like that, because I guess it's just cocked because of the camber. So I don't know yet, I might be changing up a little bit, we'll see. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Like I said, I'm waiting on my buddy to get here with the sensor. I'm gonna throw it in, and then we'll get to actually mounting the diffuser. So yeah, let me wait for him, and we'll get that done. In the meantime, I'm gonna try to see if I can get this lip off without airing up the car. I'm not sure how I am, because I have a screw right here that's kind of hard to get to because my tire is right here and it's so low. I'm gonna try to get that off in the meantime and see if I can get the lip off. Alright, so I got the screws off. I was able to manage. Now I gotta take the lip off and try to do this one-handed. But I got 3M tape along here, 3M tape along here, as well as this side and on the other side there. So hopefully I can get this without pulling paint off or anything like that. What sucks is this is it's maybe a month old since the last time I posted that video when I was test fitting the splitter. So this tape's gonna be pretty strong right now. Scary. Let me get this side. What I really need to do is for my lips, my lips all the way around, side skirts, front lip, and all that. I need that. I'm not quite sure what they call it. The lining here, the rubber lining that protects the lip from digging into the paint of the actual bumper. I should have put that on when I first got the lip, but I didn't. But I'm gonna set the camera down, get this lip off, and we'll go from there. Alright, so I got the lip off. As you can see, I'm covered in sweat, and all I did was take a lip off. I hate this Georgia heat, but we're in it, so let's get it. So now, all I have left to do, I gotta take this little piece of 3M tape off. I got it all off. What I'm gonna do is slide the splitter underneath here and make sure it will clear the exhaust right here, because this exhaust is sitting pretty low when I'm aired out. And I gotta see if that splitter won't get crushed when I air out. And if it does, if it is too low to the ground, that means I have to raise up the bags on the rear so that it will clear when I air out. But that's what I'm doing now. I'll get this out of the way and come throw the splitter, or the, I don't know why I keep saying splitter, the diffuser under here. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, that's nice. I don't have to do anything. It slides right up under there. I'm probably gonna have it sit a little bit. I don't know if you can see it or not, but the sun's really bright. But it's under here. I was able to slide it under here without it getting caught on anything, so that's a good sign. That means I don't have to raise my my car any. I'm probably, if you can see, there's a little gap right here, about 1/2 inch or something like that. So I'm gonna try to mount it as flush as I can to the bumper, just so I won't have any problems when I air out. So yeah, that's how she looks. You probably can't really see because of the sun. Kind of hard to see it right up in here. So that's an idea of how she looks. Now comes the hard part. So the hard part is getting the brackets from the S2000 that was meant for an S2000 with that diffuser to fit on the RSX. I may have to do some bending, I'm not sure. I can't really get under the car yet because she's aired out and I can't air her up until I get that sensor. So I'm kind of stuck right now, but at least I got the lip off and all that. So what I'm gonna do next is put the sensor in, air it up, get under the car, and see where those brackets can mount. Like I said, I may have to bend them or cut them or something like that to get them to work, which is fine. I'll do it. But I got 3 brackets. I'll probably put 2 towards the front of the car on each side, and then 1 in the back, and that should be stable enough for me to drive around and stuff like that. So yeah, right now I'm just waiting. So yeah, when I get the sensor thrown in, I'll let y'all know. So Jason just dropped off the sensor for me. Appreciate that, Jason. So what it looks like, fairly simple, just a pressure sensor. So this is what I need to replace on my, this is the sensor on the tank that I need to replace. So the sensor is actually right here. So all I gotta do is take that off, put some thread on here, some Teflon tape, and get that snug back in there, and it just plugs in. Just one little plug, simple fix. So let's get this done in less than a minute, and I'll get onto the diffuser. All right, as you can see behind me, I got the air sensor in, I got my car jacked up, and yeah, so everything went good with that. The sensor worked. I was able to air up my car, get it on jack stands, and as you can see right now, I kind of got it mocked up a little bit. I just got the jack underneath it, and then I taped up the sides here to hold it a little bit, give it a little support. Got it on both sides, right there too. The problem I'm running into right now is, you see it sticking out from the bumper. I'd like to have this as close to the bumper as possible. I don't like that big of a gap right there. And what's stopping me from pushing it back towards the front of the car is my exhaust here. You can see right here how my exhaust sits pretty low from the bumper, and it's catching right here, so it won't allow me to push it further back. I believe when I put this exhaust on, I got extended hangers, the rubber hanger parts, well, the rubber parts. Instead of them being like this tall, they're like this tall or something like that, like twice as long on each side. I might go back to going to the smaller one so it'll hold this whole exhaust up more, and then that should give me clearance to push this back a little bit more so I can close this gap. So that's what I'm thinking about doing right now. I'm gonna drop this. First I gotta see if I have the old hangers. Hopefully I do, so I don't have to go get more. But if I don't, then I have to get more hangers. Yeah, let me check and see if I have those, and then I'm gonna swap those out, and this will hug the bumper a little bit more and allow me to push that in. So let me go check. All right, so I was able to find them, thank God. because I really didn't want to run to the store. But you see these, how short these are. These are the stock ones that came on my car. When I go to pull the other ones off, I'll give you a comparison. The other ones are like sit right up here, so like from there to there. So this will make it hug up more. Hopefully I don't burn my bumper, because I think that's the reason why I went to the longer ones, was because these were too close to my bumper and it was rubbing against my bumper. But if anything, I can just make a heat shield or something like that and put on the bumper in the meantime, or something like that. But yeah, so let me go ahead and switch these out and we'll get to it. Alright, so I just got the rubber hangers off, and this is what it looks like. I made an interesting discovery. I only had one. There's two that goes on the right here where the muffler's at. There's two that go on there. There's only one, so that would explain why my exhaust would rattle from time to time. But you see it here. This is the one I just pulled off. This is the stock, as you can see, the height difference right there. So I'll be putting these two back on and then keeping this one for later. So yeah, let me throw these on and then we'll continue with the diffuser. Alright, got the hangers back, got the diffuser back test fitted, and it made a big difference. You can see it's a lot more tucked up here. I can actually I pushed it a little further back because this lip clears now. That's what it looks like on that side, all the way around. There's still a tiny gap, but I'm okay with it. It's a lot closer than what it was. Same thing on this side. That's basically where I want it. So I got it where I want it. So the hard part now is to actually get these brackets down here to mount on here. So that's my next chore. I'm not sure how I'm gonna go about doing that yet, because it's kind of hard to get up in there when I got it test fitted like this. So I'm not sure quite yet. I know these right off the bat are a little bit too long. The brackets are longer than what I need them to be, so I know I'm gonna have to at least cut them and rebend them and drill a couple more holes in them for them to work just by looking at it. But I'm gonna try to get up in there, try to mark up where I need these brackets to be with the diffuser like this. So let me see what I can do and then I'll show y'all. Okay, so I got these kind of test fitted and marked up where I need to cut and bend them. So as you can see how much taller, this is where this bottom mark is where this bend is at. That's where the bend needs to go. This top mark is kind of like where the top is of that. So I'm taking a good 2.5 inches off for that. Same thing on this side. This side's a little different height wise, but we'll get it done. I'm gonna have to bend these bottom pieces out a little more, just a tad bit, just to make them work. But this beats bending all new sheet metal or aluminum strips or anything like that to make them. So I'm just using those ones that came on the S2000, modifying these. I got one more right here that will go up here in the front middle area. So each of these are going on the side, right in this area, in a little bit, and same thing on the other side, and then one up front. I actually think when you buy this for the S2000, I think they give you I think I'm missing one bracket. I think there's 2 of those and 2 of these, but I'm gonna make do with just these 3. Okay, I got both sides bent back where I needed them. As you can see, it's kind of hard to see here. Well, right here, I got it bent so where it'll sit where I want it to, like that. And then I had to widen this hole right here a little bit so I can get a bigger bolt in there, because I don't have any smaller bolts that would fit there. So that, now I didn't have to take this off because I was able to, you can't really see in here, but I was able to get in here and work around and keep my diffuser on. So that was nice. So I was able to do that. So I got these all bent. So now I'm gonna throw these on and get this loosely fitted, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so got it all hooked up. There's one bracket right here, there's one on the other side, and there's one actually up there in the front. You can't really see it. So I got 3 brackets total, and it's pretty sturdy. It's not going anywhere. So yeah, that's the brackets there to there. Same on the other side. And that's it. Alright guys, thanks for watching my video. If you enjoyed it or if you found it helpful, give me a like. Also, if you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe so you know when you get notified when I'm posting my next video. And be sure to stay tuned because I got some big things planned for the RSX coming up next. So yeah, thanks again.